hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome into my Pink Barn. I am Danny Gorola, Pink Barn Stamper, coming to you from a beautiful Tucson, Arizona. It is definitely fall around here. Today was a little bit warmer, but yesterday, oh my goodness, it was gorgeous. It was in the 80s and the doors were open all day. It was magnificent. Now, today I did have to turn the air conditioning on. Today we were almost 90 degrees. And for most of you, you would be in heaven with that heat. But around here, I'm ready for it to cool off a little bit. So it has been quite nice, though. I will admit, I do love when we are down in the 80s. It's quite nice. So, all righty. Let's make sure we are up and going in both places here. I think we are. Before I get too far in this, make sure we are live. Okay, there we go. All right. Looks like I need to fix my camera a little bit over here on Facebook so you're not staring at my legs. There we go. That looks better. Cool. Okay, let's get back over here and get to rolling. So I am absolutely thrilled that you guys are here with me. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. If you're not, and you're just watching me because you love the barn and you love what I create, throw up some thumbs for me. Tell me where you're watching me from. I always love to see who's coming in here and where you're from, because I know we get people all over the country in here. It's quite fantastic to see where you guys are all from. It's kind of neat to say, hey, I have a friend in such and such, but it's somebody I've never met, but hey, I consider us friends. I've got a lot of you in here that I see weekly, and I tell you guys a lot about me. So it's kind of nice to know where you're from and know where my friends are watching me from. Let's see. I've got a lot to go over today. I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. Oh, so first off, I do want to let you guys know that last week when I was on live on the 29th, I did forget to give a birthday shout out to Miss Linda Delane. So I forgot. I'm sorry. I will try to be better at not forgetting. But happy birthday. Her birthday was on Friday the 3rd. And for this week, we do have a birthday on Wednesday the 8th with, it is Susan Minnick. So happy birthday, happy early birthday, just a few days. Also, we've got coming up on the 8th, we have got our mystery stamping supplies that I will put out for you guys. So make sure you're watching for that. You can either visit my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com, and you will see on the right hand side there is a categories. If you hit the mystery stamping, you will see all about mystery stamping, and it will be the current one that when you click in on that, I will post the supplies that we're going to need for this month's mystery stamping. So wonderful. And I will make sure that I do post it over on the Pink Barn Stampers group here on Facebook for you guys. And I do post the live video. I do download it over on YouTube for you guys as well. So the live video will not be until the 15th though. So on the 8th, this Wednesday, it will just be the supply list. Oh, my chair is stuck. Ah. All right, so make sure I got birthdays, everything. Oh, so cute little fun fact for you guys. Yesterday, me and my daughter were inside of her room, and she was getting out of bed. And so she normally in the morning, she likes to watch PBS Kids. So we're watching PBS, and there's a new TV show on there, and it is the cutest show ever. Even if you don't have kids around, I highly recommend you check it out. So fun fact, I learned something off of PBS Kids. So when I was younger, quite a bit younger, I used to actually watch PBS, and I used to watch Reading Rainbow. It's back when we had Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So I'm aging myself a lot, but that's okay. I know a lot of you guys can relate. So it was just a show, a program that I really, really enjoyed. And so my daughter watches it now. And there's a new show. It's called Weather Hunters, and it's got Al Roker. He is the actual dad in the show. It's very, very cute. It's a cartoon, and it was a fall special. So they were talking about being outside and the leaves falling, and they were jumping in piles of leaves and all sorts of things, just being fun family stuff. And so they were talking about why the leaves were falling. And then they started talking about seasons. So I did not know this. Why didn't I know this? School failed me. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But I realized the reason why our seasons, fall and spring, are named fall and spring. Well, we know that they're autumn and spring technically, but I was unaware that the reason why fall was actually called fall because it is actually the fall of leaves. That's why they called it fall, because it was when leaves were falling off the trees. Now, then going forward, they were talking about, okay, well, spring, it makes sense that spring was called the spring of leaves because that's when the trees are starting to spring their leaves. I didn't know that. Huh, makes perfect sense, right? But that is why, if you didn't know, you know now, why we have fall and spring. Obviously, summer and winter are two different names, but I just thought that was very cool that it really had to do with the leaves falling or springing up on trees. I don't know. I just got a kick out of that, and I thought I would share. So I want to show you guys my shirt that I'm wearing. So over here on YouTube, you guys can see this. It is 52% Good Witch, 48% Bad Witch. And then it says, don't push your luck. Don't push your luck what? I don't know what that says. I can't tell upside down. Dearies? I think it says dearies. Don't push your luck, dearies. Very, very cute. So I've had this shirt for a very long time, but I love it, of course, because it's pink, number one. Number two, because it has those super cute little, fun little witch puns to it. So I just get down on my Halloween shirts, and all October I wear nothing but Halloween shirts, different Halloween shirts. So I have been on the hunt for all sorts of Halloween shirts. When me and my mom get to go to town, we stop by Target, Walmart, all those stores. We were at what's the other one? What is it called? Not Marshall's, but kind of something like that. It's it's got the 4 letters. I don't remember. But anyways, every time we stop somewhere, I have to run around the store looking for Halloween shirts because I always think I have to have them all. So that's just my jam. All right, you guys, here on YouTube, I'm going to get you guys flipped around, and we're going to get into what is news for Stampin' Up! Right now. So hold tight so I can get you guys flipped around here. Oops, let's not overflow the other phone there. That would not be good. Let's see, is that good? I think that can see everything. Let me try to move this over just a hair. There we go. Yep. All right, I think we are good to go here. So, or if you are in the local Tucson area, I would love to kit together with you. So I am starting a new thing where we are going to get together and we're going to put a kit together. So this one is coming up on Thursday, October 23rd. It will be from 2 until 6 p.m. It's going to be at my husband's work at the Fry's. It's going to be in the conference room. This is for the Calm and Bright card kit. So if you are not local to me and you can't make it to this, we are having a kits sale right now. It started today and it goes through the 8th. This kit right here, I highly, highly, highly recommend you getting it. My mom got it a couple days ago when she got an order, and she opened it up and let me look at it, and I was like, yep, I am doing that kit. That kit is fantastic. So the way it's going to work is you will actually get the full kit. You will have, you know, from 2 until 6 to come in, pop in, sit with us. We're all going to have a lot of laughs, a lot of creative talk, and just have a really good time. And you can decide if you want to sit there and make all 9 of your cards, or if you want to just make a few, because I know myself, I like to talk. Gee, imagine that, right? So I'm doing a lot of talking and I'm not getting a lot of my projects completed. So the good thing about this is you are going to get all the contents that are in the kit, and you will be able to take that home and go ahead and finish those cards as you find time. So it'll be a great time for you to actually get some of those Christmas holiday cards done ahead of time, so you'll have those and start getting those mailed out. So this kit makes 9 cards. It comes with a stamp set. It's going to come with a clear block, the Lost Lagoon ink. It comes with some shimmer vellum, some textured paper, twine, and it comes with the adhesive, and it comes with a step-by-step little pamphlet that will help you to know where to place everything, what goes on what card. It breaks it all down for you. So I have got 10 spots available for this kit together. So if you would like to register for this, registration is open now. You can either scan this QR code. I will hold that up. I know it's kind of hard because you're already watching me on a device, or you can simply call me and you can send your reservation that way. Or if you go over to my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com, I actually posted this earlier, and you will see it in there, and you can register. There's a link that's in blue, and you can just click that and it'll take you right over to the form to register for this. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time with this. I can't wait for everybody to get their hands on this beautiful card kit. Okay, so as I was saying, we do have a sale going on with the kits right now. So you can save up to 30% off. I actually bought a ton of kits last night. I was having too much fun. So if you go over to my store, which is shopdannygarola.com, you can click the kits collection and look in there and see what we have for sale. So if you guys joined World Card Making Day, which was on Saturday, Stampin' Up put on a fabulous event for us. It was an hour-long event. We were putting the kit together that went with the event. So it creates this super fun little box, which it has these little compartments in it that you can see. Isn't this fun? And this is hard. This is really like thick wood. Like there is no bending of this. And so you just stick your little pieces in here and you adhere it, and then you put your 2 little like dividers in there as well. So this all stays nice and sturdy. And then it also has, I think it comes with 10 cards because it's 2 of each. So here is one of the cards that were made with this. And Sarah Douglas put some of these together with us, our CEO, on the live event. There's the next one. And it comes with this fantastic little stamp set, so you can mix and match all of your sentiments in this. But I'm showing you this kit because this kit is on sale. So you're definitely going to want to go check this kit out. It would be great to sit on your desk knowing that monthly you're going to be sending out your monthly birthday cards, thank you cards, all sorts of stuff like that, that you can have them organized in here. And then with this, it also comes with your 10 envelopes. I just keep my envelopes right there. My daughter was actually helping me crease those. And then look, here's another one. Look at this one with the seashells. I am in love with this one. I think that one is beautiful. I thought of my mom and one of my team members, Peggy. They both love ocean theme things. So these cards reminded me of them. And then this super cute little Hello Sunshine little rainbow. So these, I just decided I would just keep these in here. So there's also, you can make another 5 of those. So it's to make 2 of each one of those cards that I just shared with you. And then for when I had this in the house, I just kept my little pair of scissors in there. And then you can actually put your other 5 cards here. You can put like your glue, you can put your stamp and seal in there. So there's quite a bit of room in this, honestly, that you could put whatever you want. Like you could grab your scissors, put your other pair of scissors in there too, throw some Wink of Stella in there. So yeah, just to show you guys, don't miss out on this fabulous kit because it is on sale. And super easy to put together. So don't be intimidated and think that it's hard. It's not. Literally, the box has, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to it to create that box. So you can do it. I have confidence in you. Thank you, Leanne. You are from Tasmania, Australia. Yes, it is a wiggy kind of day for me. So I threw on a wig because I just honestly did not want to do my hair. And isn't that the fun thing about wigs, is that when you're just feeling kind of lazy, or it's one of those days where it's like, okay, it's kind of in between hair washing days, but you're just like, I don't want to deal with it today. You just throw a wig on. Hey, call it good, right? Okay, so then we have a crafting class that Stampin' Up is putting on. This is using the Traditions of Christmas, which I'm actually going to be using this paper on one of my projects tonight. This is a watch it live craft class, kind of like you're doing with me right now, but Stampin' Up is going to put this on. And so what you would do is you would purchase the class and purchase the suite collection for that, and they will actually send you a link once you purchase the class, and then you can watch that. And know that if you can't be live with them when they're doing the class, it actually will be recorded, so then you can watch it whenever you're available to watch that. So really kind of fun. They're showing a little sneak peek of some cards here. So there is all the information that I'm sharing with you guys today is over on my blog. If you want to see more of a breakdown of the events or any of the promotions that I'm sharing with you, you can go check that out over on pinkbarnstamper.com. Right now, we are having the most fabulous starter kit deal. Like, it is insane how they could actually do this. I have had so many people reach out to me and they're like, how are they doing this? I don't know. I don't ask questions. I just know they're doing it. So grab this right now. Like, don't wait. There is nothing, like, you will absolutely not be disappointed. And going forward, if you don't want to stay a demonstrator, you don't have to. But get this deal. Get all those things that those high priced items especially, that have been sitting on your wish list and you just haven't had the, resources to purchase that. Well, now is the time. So I'm going to tell you that I believe that the best deal, now you can pick which one you want, but I'm going to tell you why I think that the $35 deal is the best. So you're going to pay $35. That's it. Well, plus your tax. But you're going to get free shipping. You're going to get a paper pumpkin. you're going to also get to pick $125 worth of product. So anything that is in our last chance list, there's also, we are in the middle of a pre-order in the month of October. You actually get to take advantage of that pre-order. It is our online exclusives pre-order. You get to take advantage of that. Customers do not. They do not get to get those deals or the online exclusive deals until November. So you get to, as now being putting it in your starter kit, you get to add those to your fabulous starter kit here. So you get to pick up to $125 worth of product for only $35. Again, you're going to get a paper pumpkin in there. You're going to get catalogs in there. And not only are you going to just get one catalog, but you're going to get a pack of catalogs. You're going to get the holiday catalogs, and you're going to get the annual catalogs. Then going forward, all your orders from then on, so say you didn't get everything you wanted into your $125 starter kit. Going forward, all your orders under your demonstratorship, you're going to then get at a discount. So I'm going to tell you probably 85% of people who get this do not ever do a business with it. They only get this deal just to get that discount. And why not? You're buying the stuff anyways. So why not save money while doing that? The other deal that we have is you get to pick $189 worth of product for $99. So if your budget can allow the $99, then absolutely go for the $189. But I know that it's a lot more feasible for you to spend $40. I'm just throwing some tax in there. For you to spend $40 is easier than spending $100. So I get it. But I think anybody who has looked at anything in the Stampin' Up store and has been like, oh, I just can't afford it right now. You can now. Because you're honestly going to get that $125 worth of product for $35. So again, I don't ask questions why they're making such a good deal with this, but snatch it. Snatch it up now. Like, don't even wait for items to start leaving the store, because this is your time. And don't say that I didn't tell you about it, because I'm telling you about it, right? So if you go over to my store, shopdannygarola.com, hit that join button. From then, you're going to create your starter kit, which is what this is. And then that's when you're going to start adding your products into your starter kit. It's going to show up right at your door. All those fabulous products for you to play with. So it's a win-win. There's so much fun to be had with being on my team as well. So I'm just telling you guys, I think it's a 100% win-win. Make this season bright. So we have this fabulous advent calendar that is available now. Again, you can put this inside your starter kit if you want. It's going to come with a stamp set for all occasion, and then you are going to get 12 days of fabulousness in here. Now, I haven't opened any of mine, as you can see, because I plan on doing a 12 days of Christmas where I will then open up each window during that time. But I know there's tons of demonstrators out there who have already started opening this up on film, so you guys can watch theirs if you want to see what's exactly inside of there. What I have been kind of told is it might actually be kind of like a sweet collection in that event calendar. So there's going to be dies in there, there's going to be ribbon, there's going to be embellishments. Now, I don't know what's inside of it because, again, I haven't opened mine yet. And I've held back and restrained myself from watching other people open theirs because I want it to be just as much of a surprise for me as it is kind of for everybody else who hasn't gotten theirs yet or watched other videos. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Anna. Welcome, welcome. And I see Miss Whitney and Leanne and Miss Cheryl. Welcome, you guys. So this is available inside of the store. This is the 12 days of crafting advent calendar product code. If you have a pen and you want to jot this down, if you want to add that to your starter kit, it is 1673. 6335. All right, and then for this month's Paper Pumpkin, you have just a few days left. You have until Friday to subscribe to our Cozy Christmas Paper Pumpkin. Again, this is a lot like our kits collection, but this is a subscription that you can have come right to your door every month. It's a surprise in a box. Now with kits, you do get to see a preview of what is inside of it. With our Paper Pumpkins, they kind of just show you a little photo like this, but you really don't know what is inside of that kit. They do give us a little like detail sneaky peeky that we can, you know, kind of just send your way. It says create heartfelt Christmas cards with classic charm and flocked accents. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs and 9 coordinating envelopes. Pre-cut paper pieces with soft stitched look blocking, shiny red sequence embellishments, and it says that the box that it comes in coordinates, what does it say? Coordinating box delivers even more holiday magic. So in other words, you can use this box for packaging up something that you want to send to somebody, and you can resend it in the box because it is a really pretty box. And then we have our, because this October kit is the start of the 4th quarter, we have our Abundant Joy dies that is going to go with our October, September, and December kits. So this is going to be located in my online store, and so is Paper Pumpkin. You just need to make sure you go to Paper Pumpkin subscriptions and check that out there. They are now in our Stampin' Up store. Alrighty, now that we are done with that, let's go ahead and get to my winner of September's Customer of the Month. So this month, I decided that I was going to give the plaid tidings. Now, this is no longer available. This has been retired, but this is a wonderful pack of paper for your upcoming holiday cards. As you can see, I'm not going to open this because it's going to go to somebody. But as you can see, just from this front paper, it's got that kind of that country Christmas kind of look to it. And then I'm going to include this watercolor pencils assortment. This is the number 2 assortment. So it's got Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple, and Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, and Gorgeous Grape in this pack of watercolor pencils. Now this right here, this little pack is going to go to Bonnie Bletchell. Bonnie, this is going to come your way. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful customer. And so the way it works is every month I put everybody's names into a drawing who shops with me. And the more you shop with me, the more entries you get, just so you're aware of that. And so this month, this is going to Bonnie. All right, so let me set that aside so I can get that in the mail to her. Now first, before we get started, I need to get my fuel. So just like a car, it needs gas. I need gas too. Well, I guess I don't need gas. That would be not, that'd be a little raunchy, right? But we do need some fuel. We'll just say it that way. And so we're going to have candy corns in our pumpkins because life in crafting is not complete without those during the fall. Okay, so for this week, we are going to be creating some cards using the More Than Autumn. Now, this is a set that we have had around for a while. It is actually in the last chance products list right now. So I want you guys to be aware of this, that if you want this and you have not got it yet, do not buy it as the bundle. You're going to see it in the store as a bundle. You need to actually go to our, let me bring it up here. Oh, come on, thing. Work with me. you're going to actually go to shopdannygorola.com. Once you're there, you're going to hit the little menu button on the far right. You are going to scroll down and you're going to go to specials, which is the third from the bottom. Once you're there, you're going to see the little specials. Go to last chance products. Once you are in last chance products, you're going to scroll through there and you're going to find these separate. Okay, you want to buy them separate. Do not buy them as the bundle because you will not be getting the savings. So let me find it here. Okay, let me find it here. Because for some reason I couldn't bring, there it is. Jeez, I guess I have fumble fingers maybe. So just to let you guys know that the dies are on sale, or on clearance, I should say, because once they're gone, for $14. The stamp set is $25. Now, if you were to do the bundle is going to be $47. So you're going to pay more, even though the whole bundle is on the last chance list. Bypass the bundle. Buy these separately. So when you go in the store, make sure you add this by itself and you add this by itself, because that's how you're going to save money, is by getting them separate. Why is it done like that? Again, I don't know. It's just the way it is. So I'm letting you be aware that to get the best bang for your buck is to buy these separate, okay? So we have more than autumn. So this is going to be for all your wonderful fall, Christmas, those yummy goodies that we always want during the holidays. You've got some words in here that are pumpkin, season, fall, apple donuts, autumn, eggnog, hot chocolate, peppermint, cider, pie, spice. I can really see this being great if you do any kind of scrapbooking or memory keeping. This would be a fantastic set for that, especially if you're holding your Starbucks pumpkin latte or pumpkin frappuccino and you're all in the car together and you snap a picture. This would be great for that photo to go on a layout with. Then with the dies, you've got a lot of dies that actually coordinate with all your little yummies down here. The cup, the froth, the pumpkin pie, all these little things have dies that actually cut those out. The donut actually cuts out like a donut. It actually has the hole in the center. And then you've got some really fun wording that is going to be die cuttable as well. Is die cuttable a word? I don't know, but I just made it up. So it works. And then you've got a bunch of little words up here too that kind of just coordinate with that, but we'll kind of go through that as we're going through our kit. So as most of you are aware, that weekly when I do my Make It Monday videos, these videos and kit are free with a purchase of $35 or more. So this is a free with purchase kit. So the way it works is when you go into my store and you spend $35 or more, you're going to get a kit in the mail that looks pretty similar to this. You'll have some other papers in there, like you're gonna have the thank you letter in there for shopping with me, and then you're gonna have the PDFs on how to make these. You can also always go back and you can watch my replay video of the video that we're doing right now if you're more of a visual person. But you're gonna get the stuff in the mail that you can create this. So you're definitely gonna want this set so you can create these, as I am going to be sharing with you guys today. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with this really neat card that I have I'm loving the size of this. I'm not a real big slimline card person. I just think they're kind of big and they're kind of wonky. But I'm gonna show you guys a miniature version that I have found, and I have like really started to love this size. It works perfect. And I even found envelopes. So I'm gonna show you guys that as well. So let's go ahead and get all of our stuff out for these cards. So for card number 1, let me get that. Let's make sure I went over everything because I have so much to share. Okay. So with this card, in order to create the base for this card, it is simply just a 6x6 piece of paper. So if you guys have our, what do they call it? It's not whisper white, but we have a white 12x12 cardstock. So you will get 4 of these miniature slimline cards out of a white 12x12. So what we're going to do with this is a 6x6. I've already cut this down to, and look, and I already got something on it. Go figure. And you know why that happened is because I needed to share with you guys something, but I'm glad see, it's kind of crazy. Have you guys ever had things like that happen to you that you're like, okay, remember to do this, and then you totally forget, but then something happens and makes you see what you forgot? That's exactly what just happened to me. No, it's not deja vu. I don't know what that's called, but anyways, I'll go with it. So with our 6x6, we're going to score this at 3. That's it. Absolutely it. Like, it could not be any more easier. And there's our slimline card, our little miniature slimline card. So I have found these little envelopes that fit with this. So I'm going to actually show you guys the completed card. That this is a little bit smaller than the envelope, but that's okay, because with our completed card, if you want to send somebody, you know, some bills, or maybe just some Benjamins, I don't know, that will actually fit in there, because the money is a little bit longer than our card, but it'll fit in there perfectly. You guys, look at this. I actually bought the ones that, that are self-sealing, because I hate the licking of the, I don't know, that just kind of freaks me out, thinking that I'm sending people my DNA. But anyway, that's another story. But I don't know, it just kind of grosses me out thinking of that. So let me share with you guys these envelopes, because if you now want to make these super awesome cards, you can. So these are clearly from Amazon, the Zon, as people say. This is a 100 pack, and I think it was like $6 or $6.75 or something like that for this. But these are 3 5/8 inches by 3.5 inches. And again, like I said, I got the self-sealing ones. So there's 100 in there. So this is going to last you a long time. Well, I don't know, depending on how many cards you send, maybe not as long as you might want them to last, but they're very, very, very cheap. So I like that. Or I shouldn't say cheap, I should say affordable. Let's not be rude. Okay, so I'm gonna put my envelope over there. So my first layer that I'm going to use is our Old Olive. Now this measures 2 7/8 by 5 7/8. That's going to be my first layer. My second layer is going to be another piece of white. Now this is 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. So that's going to simply get it here together like so. So there's just going to be a little tiny edge around that. Then we need some scraps. We need some scraps of our pecan, our Old Olive, and our pumpkin, and then some white. Now this may not be enough white, but I've got plenty of scraps sitting over here. Let me see. I also need my a blending brush, and I need my peach pie blender here. And let me grab, where did I put it? Oh, that's right. I have it behind me. Oh no, I'm not going to use that one. That one's very gross. Let me grab the other one here. we are going to actually do just a little bit of blending on this with our peach pie. So just taking a little bit of that peach pie ink. I'm going to lightly just add a little bit of color to the center of this. Okay, that looks good. So pretty light. Then I'm going to set that aside. And with my scrap of white, I'm going to grab my Memento ink and my stamps here. I need my coffee cup. And I need my froth. Or I guess it would be whip, not froth. There's my whip. And then I need my little donut. And we're going to need the little tiny pumpkin. Try to get everything stamped. And then 2 of our little cinnamon spice sticks. So we've got these little cinnamon sticks here. It almost looks like a straw, but your straw actually has stripes. Let me show you guys here in the picture. So look, this is your little cinnamon stick, and then this is your straw. So I'm using the cinnamon stick. Okay, I think that is all I need right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Memento, stamp my cup first, stamp my donut, hello Kimberly, hello Melanie, welcome you guys. We're going to take our whip, watch me whip, whip, watch me nay nay. And then, oh look, this paper is going to be perfect. We're going to do 2 of our cinnamon sticks and 1 of our little pumpkin here. Just like that. Okay, let's close this up. We're good with that. Okay, let's color this in. We need our pecan. We need crumb cake. We also need pumpkin pie. Oops, that's not pumpkin. That's actually Cajun craze. That's not what I need. Right below that, we need pumpkin, and then we need peach pie. So let's grab peach. Okay, and I think that's it for right now. I think I'm gonna actually darken this up just a touch. Now that I look at my other card, it's actually a lot darker than what I thought it was. So just using that excess ink that I already had on this brush, I'm just gonna darken it up. Just like so. All right, so now we are going to take our, make sure this is peach. Yep. I'm going to take peach and I'm going to come in here and color my cup. Now with light peach, I'm going to just kind of blend that all together. Okay, like that. Then with my dark pumpkin, I'm gonna come in here and do my pumpkin. Like so. And then with light pumpkin, okay, there's that. We're gonna do the pumpkin on our donut here. And I'm just using dark right now. So I just bought my daughter the cutest little gift for Christmas. I found it on the TikTok shop. It is like this little animated, it's actually through QVC, believe it or not. QVC actually now sells items on TikTok. And so it's this animated little Santa, and she loves Christmas decorations. And so it's this little Santa Claus that his face actually is like an LED, and it blinks its eyes and it sings music and it talks. I think she's going to absolutely just adore this Santa. And I guess it has a bunch of different phrases to it. It just showed up, so I haven't even had a chance to take it out of the box and make sure the thing even works. Sometimes with mail carriers, they get a little rough with our packages. So I definitely want to make sure it works now instead of waiting till Christmas and then not being able to return it. Okay, soften that up a little bit. All right, perfect. Then with my, I think I'm gonna use the light pecan. Now, warning, if you have not had dinner yet, this is probably gonna make you hungry. Or if you're craving sweets or you're craving pumpkin anything, disclaimer, you might have to go to the store and get pumpkin stuff when you're done with this class. Alrighty, so now we're gonna do this cup. We're going to take our, let's go ahead and finish since we're already using the pecan. So I'm just gonna take the dark pecan and just do the tips of my cinnamon stick. Since it's kind of rolled up, it's gonna be darker there. And then bring this down like that. With our crumb cake, I'm going to use dark crumb cake. Do the whole lid here. I'm going to do the whole bottom as well since it's darker because it is more shadowed. Like that. Okay, and then with the light, I gotta check. Hold on just a second. Pause, please. I had to make sure that my mom just texted me, and because she's in town by herself, I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Alrighty, so there is our yummy, yummy, yummies, right? Ooh. All right, let me move this stuff over here for the moment because I need to bring in my machine so we can do some die cutting. Oh, golly. So Monday is arms workout day, and that has to do with me lifting my machine over here. It's the exercise for the day. All right, so we're gonna take this and we're going to grab the dies that I just moved and have to know where I moved them to. So let's take these dies. Grab my plate here, and we're gonna go ahead and use some of my tape that is blowing all over the place. I'm gonna actually cut this one in half or tear it in half. So we need our stick here. Oh look, I already have tape on that one. Fantabulous. So let's put that there. We're gonna cut that one first. Then we're gonna let's do our whip. Okay, there's our whip. And then let's do our donut. Now the donut is kind of hard to match up, but there are two little bumps, one here and one here. And this will line up on those bumps, just like so. So just make sure you're watching those two little bumpy indent things. That's the technical name. And then I'm gonna wait on the cup because it'll hit the donut. But we can do the pumpkin though. Try to make as many on there at a time. Okay, let's adhere that down. All right, let's go for it here. Oops, let's take that off. All right, there's our pumpkin. There's our donut. Here's our whip. And there is one of our cinnamon sticks. So we're going to just pick this up and move our cinnamon stick. Just like so. And then we're gonna do our cup really quick, and then we're going to put this together. Oh, where did my stuff go? And then we have a word that we're going to die cut. We're going to actually die cut the word spice. And to save time, I went ahead and already cut my leaves out for what we're going to do, because otherwise, holy Hannah, we'd be here a while. And I know some of you probably would like to go to bed at a decent time. So come on, come off of there. So I already pre-cut the leaves, but I'll show you exactly what I did for those. Come here, little straw thing. The sticky is kind of wearing off of my dies. I need to buy some more of the magnet sheets. Okay, here are all of these little fun guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of Cajun Craze, and I'm going to take the word spice, and I'm going to die cut spice. So there is spice there. Okay, that's what we need. And then for our leaves that we're going to add to this is I've already cut, like I said, I pre-cut some leaves. Let me throw those over here. Not that we're gonna need all of those, but just so I have them. So it looks like a lot, but it's really not as much as you think it is going on here. So let's go ahead and adhere this to our old olive. Okay, there's that. I might as well just go ahead and put it to the card. Okay, so we are going to add our 2 little cinnamon sticks. So I'm just going to adhere those together. Just putting a little bit of glue. And we're going to go like that. I actually make that one come up just a little bit higher. Kind of like that. We're going to add that to the back side of the whip here. We'll go like that. Have those sticking out. It's kind of cute. Okay. Then we can go ahead and add the whip to the top of our cup. Oh, isn't that so cute? Oh, I love it. And then our pumpkin is going to go on the front of our cup here. Ooh, my glue is a little bit slippery. And then we're going to pop this up. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check out the moon. I think the sun hasn't even set here yet, but I'm sure I could probably still see the moon. It's pretty bright outside right now. The sun is just barely about ready to go behind the mountains. Okay, I'm gonna stick that right like that. Now my donut is gonna get popped up also, but I think I need some smaller popper-uppers, elevators. I'll do one like that, and one over here. Now this is just gonna get tucked right like so. Cute, cute. All right, now what I need to do is I actually need to take my take your pick tool and get this little, we have a straggler. I'm gonna grab pumpkin pie, and I actually need to grab the word pumpkin. And I am going to stamp that. So what we're gonna do, ugh, my fingers do not wanna work, is spice is gonna go right there. So I'm just gonna take my word pumpkin and go a little bit over here with it. like so. Ugh, stuck my finger in it. Perfect color to be on your fingers though. Pumpkin pie. I've actually been making homemade pumpkin pie coffee creamer, and oh my God, is it a hit in my home. My husband, who doesn't really like pumpkin pie flavoring stuff, is actually getting down on my pumpkin pie coffee creamer. Okay, so there's our pumpkin spice. Now what I'm gonna do with these fun little leaves here, I'm gonna actually take them. There's two parts of these leaves. You have an innie and an outie. And we're gonna use one of each here. We need green. And I'm gonna pull the outies or the innies out. We're gonna go like that. I'm gonna actually pop the green. I'm gonna do the pecan inside of the green outline, just like that. And it sits right inside of there, like they're a match made in heaven. And then I have a pumpkin here that I'm gonna put inside that one. And then I have a green. It's gonna go inside of my pumpkin. There we go. And then I just have a little baggie that I put all my little extras in. So I'll set those up there for now. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab this little one right here, and we're going to tuck that right up here. Then we're going to take these two. I'm going to place one right like that, and the other one right like that. And there is our super cute little pumpkin spice, little miniature slim card. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wink, because I want my whip to be kind of sparkly. Just like that. So if you can see, hopefully you guys can catch that on camera, that my whip is a little bit sparkly. I don't know if you guys are picking that up or not, but it is, trust me. It has some sparkle and shimmery shine. All right, and then let's add, which ones did I use? I think I used those. Yep. So I'm gonna grab, this is the Neutrals Matte Dots. And I'm just gonna grab the pumpkin or the pecan pie. I'm gonna grab a large one and a small one, just like that. Isn't that so cute? Okay, and then what are we gonna do on the inside? I think we need, because I don't have any designer series paper, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to put in another piece here, just to kind of add some oomph to that. So that's 3 by 6. So I'm gonna do 2 7/8 by 5 7/8. just because if I want to use any of my pins, if I do it on here, it's going to bleed through. And I don't want it to bleed through. I want our card to be cute. So I'm going to actually take my pumpkin donut and my ink here. I'm going to stamp our donut there. And then what else do I have here? We have some words that says grateful it's finally. Nothing better than, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do nothing better than pumpkin season. Unless I do spice season. What do you guys think? Autumn season? We have pumpkin. I think I'm going to stick with pumpkin. I've already got that out. So let's grab that for that. And we'll grab that. That's not going to be big enough. Let's go ahead and just grab one of these. And I'm going to actually stamp the, oops, this thing's crooked. Let's get that a little bit straighter. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to do a donut, so we're going to leave that open for a minute. Let's do pecan in our Nothing's Better. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to actually use Old Olive because we did Old Olive on the front. So I actually want a little bit of Old Olive in the inside of this as well. So nothing better. Then, what do I got open here? Oh, that's black. So we need pumpkin. And where did my pumpkin word go? There he is, hanging out up there. Nothing better than pumpkin season. There we go. Perfect. Now, where did my, I think that's black, right? Yeah. Too many colors going on. And I'm just going to stamp my little pumpkin there. All right, now I'm going to close these before I wind up doing something very messy, like sticking my hands in it, because that's my MO. So the fun thing is there's so many words that you could do. Like I just pulled, you know, whatever out of a hat here. And let me grab my other pins. They're under my other part over here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab pumpkin. Just kind of do a few of these outer edges. Like so. We've got, oops, that's, geez, let's not be throwing things. That's not nice. Now here is our light pumpkin. Is Melanie still on here? Or did she? I was gonna say, since she came in late, she needs to definitely re-watch this, and she needs to take a look at that new starter kit. because I know she's been talking about rejoining. Okay, and then I'm going to just take, that's dark, I'm going to do the light. I mean, if you wanted to, you can still add some more, you know, I've got all these leftover leaves. You can add some leaves up there. I'm going to call this good, like so. I'm going to grab my dark pumpkin. All right, just like so. And then this is going to go inside of our card. Right, Wendy? Isn't this the cutest card ever? I love these little slim lines. I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, that is my kind of slimline card right there. That's my jam. I just think it's so cute. And like I said, you guys saw that it fits perfectly with some bills and that envelope. Like it fits really nicely in that envelope. I kind of like that it's a little bit bigger. Like it gives you some room to, you know, add a gift card, maybe a Starbucks card or a Dutch Brothers or, you know, any of your little fancy coffee shops. Or a voucher from you that you're going to make a bougie coffee. That's always a possibility. So there is our fabulous card number 1 for this week's kit. Love, love, love this. Okay, so let me set that aside and then we're going to get to card number 2. All right, card number 2 takes us to the Christmas season here. So now we're moving on from fall into Christmas cards using this same little set. So I love the versatility of this set. So I am using Garden Green for my base for this. 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. Give it a good, nice, solid crease there. Now with this one, I am using the Traditions of Christmas paper. This is that paper that they are actually doing the Traditions of Christmas card class, or yeah, the class that Stampin' Up is putting on. And I have the Christmas greenery that actually goes with this. So see all these pretty little floral images, they go along with this paper. And then you've got some greenery dies. Now this is called Christmas Greenery, this bundle is, but it goes in that Fall Suite collection of the Traditions of Christmas. My mom actually has the labels and the sentiments that go with this, but aren't these colors just gorgeous? And that foil paper, oh yum. Yeah. And then we've got this one. I'm wondering, does that die actually cut out? I think that die actually cuts that out. Look at that. That die right there actually cuts those out. So I had somebody who's joining the team, she asked me yesterday, she said, she goes, so what do you think is the go-to holiday card making set? And I told her this one. I said, I go, because you could do so much more with this. You can color those flowers any color you want to. And this set can be beyond Christmas card making. So I really think this is a fantastic set. Look at the blues. Isn't that beautiful? With that foil. And so this is the red that I'm using for this. Where's it at? Right there. So as you can see, more of like a dense flower paper with the pink poinsettias. And then look at this one. That solid red on there with the checkered, like plaid looking green background. And then some big chunky, and again on the back side is the back that I'm going to be using with this. So just amazingly beautiful paper in this collection. This paper again is called the Traditions of Christmas Specialty Designer Series paper because it does have that gold foiling on the one side, and the other side is more of just a solid pattern look to them. They don't have the foiling on them. But I am using this piece here. This was the one that I was telling you, and this one here. So I'm not using the floral prints. I'm using the pattern side for this card. My next piece that I need is going to be a piece of cherry cobbler. This is 5 by 3 3/4. And then my white piece here is going to be an 1/8 of an inch smaller, which is going to be 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So that's gonna go just like so. I'm also using some ribbon that is now retired, but just know when you get this kit from me, you will get the ribbon included in here because I want you to be able to make these cards exactly like I am. So you've got to have all the things. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to adhere these two pieces together. Just like that. This little polka dotted piece of Cherry Cobbler Designer Series paper is going to go next. And I'm going to do it probably about a 1/2 inch up from the bottom, leaving just a little bit of white showing through there. Okay, just like that. I'm going to now take a portion of ribbon and make sure it's long enough that I can wrap it around and tuck it in the back. Now that ribbon is going to go just like this. Now with these polka dots being straight across, it really helps with lining up that ribbon because you get kind of a little line to make it even. And I'm just taping that with just regular Scotch tape to hold that in place. Whoops. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to adhere this to my card base. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like for now. Now we're going to work on our other little pieces here that we're going to be doing. This is for the inside of my card, so I'm just going to tuck that inside for now. I think I actually want a piece of this polka dot for the inside of that, so let me actually cut a strip of that, because that's going to go on the inside also. All right, so on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cup and I'm going to stamp my cup on this piece here. Oops, I forgot to grab myself a scrap of garden green. So let me grab a little scrap. Oh, there it is. So I need a scrap of garden green and a scrap of cherry cobbler. I know that's kind of a big scrap, but it's just what I had. So I need a scrap of both of those colors. So with my cup here, I'm going to use my Memento. And then I have a scrap of white as well. I'm going to stamp this once right here, and I'm going to actually flip it. And again, right here. Now keeping this out, I'm going to set that aside. On my cherry cobbler, I just need to stamp that cup, but I don't need to go the full cup because I don't need the whole cup. I only need this little center section here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the green, garden green, just like so. So I need both of those. And then on my white here, I need to have my candy cane. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to put the pumpkin away because we're done with the pumpkin. Whoops. And I don't remember where the pumpkin went, so we're just going to throw it on there. And I need my little gingerbread dude. We already have our whip right here. The next one that I need is my little ice cubes. So we've got some little tiny ice cubes here. Super cute. Thank you for the bless shoes. Okay, so now with our whip, we're going to do whip. We're going to do ice cubes. We're going to do gingerbread dude. And our candy cane. Just like so. Let me put these pens away. I actually am going to need my pecan in light. We're going to need our dark cherry cobbler. Let me get these other ones put away really quick so we can not get things confused, confuzzled. Yep, that's what I need. Okay, so for this, you just need your dark, both dark cherry cobbler and pecan. Oh, actually, that's light. I need dark. So with the dark, I'm just going to come in here and just do my little gingerbread's feet and hands. And my cherry, I'm just going to do every other stripe. Just like that. So not very much coloring for this one, which makes it a little bit easier. Okay, we're going to set those two aside. We do need our cup here. So using my cup die, where's she at? I'm going to use that right there and cut that out. And since I only have one cup, we're going to do that by itself. and then let go of me. We can take our whip and do that. Welcome in, Linda. Hello, hello. And then we've got gingerbread. Put that there, and I'll do the candy cane, and I'll wait on the ice cubes, and we'll do those next when we run it for our other cup. Okay, let's run that through. So my husband decided to make spaghetti tonight for dinner, because he knows Monday night is his cooking night. So I told him, he sent me a text before he left work, and he goes, "What's for dinner?" And I'm like, "I don't know, it's your night." And he's like, "Oh, that's right, it is Monday, huh?" And I said, "Yep, it is, buddy." So he said, "Okay, well, I'll figure it out." Well, then he was talking about chicken and all this kind of stuff, and I swear, my family, my son's girlfriend, I call her Chicken Noodle, because all she eats is chicken noodle. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And chicken noodle for breakfast, chicken noodle, it's just crazy. So anyways, then they want chicken for dinner, and it's like, my good Lord, I don't like chicken all that much. The rest of my family could eat chicken all day, every day, for every meal. It's kind of gross. But whatever. So I always tell them, I go, "Oh, okay, well, then I guess since you guys only like eating chicken, we've got chickens in the yard. So when, the supply of chicken, if anything ever happens, or chickens get sick like they did before," I was like, "You guys get to go out and do the processing, because I can't do that. I mean, I'll help do part of it, but I can't do the main part." And they're like, "Mom, we can't do..." I go, "Well, then I guess you won't be eating chicken, huh?" I guess it'll be just vegetables for you guys, because that's the only thing that somewhat grows around here. We've gotten some cucumbers out of the garden. We've gotten, what else did I get? Tomatoes. The squash didn't really do well this year. It's still going, but I haven't had any fruit off of it. I've had these big, huge yellow flowers, but no fruit. I don't know. I've fertilized. I've done everything normal, but I don't know if it's just because we didn't have much rain this year, and I don't have a... I'm not a dirt scientist. I can't tell you. All right, so here are these pieces. So we're gonna still set these aside. Ooh, we're gonna throw things, I guess. Set those like that. Now what we're gonna do here is we've got green and we've got our cherry cobbler. So I am just going to come along, and I'm just gonna cut out the center of my cup. Very easy. If you're not a fussy cut fan, you can do this. This is so easy. And I am not a fussy cut fan, and you see me doing it just like that. So easy. All right, let's throw all this stuff away and get to boogieing here. All right, so with our 2 cups, I am going to take this little red center, and I'm just going to add this to one of my cups. And then with the green one, we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to get this glue booger off here because it's going to drive me bananas. Okay, aren't those cute? Oh, love, love, love. We're gonna add our whip to that. Okay, there's that one. And then our ice cubes, I'm gonna actually put these under because our ice cubes would be sitting more inside of our cup versus our whip that's kind of gonna be all over the place. So the ice cubes are more tucked inside. I think that works really cute like that. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to take my little ginger guy and I'm gonna put him right in the center, oops, maybe, of that little green. And I'm gonna kind of tip him a little bit, like he's just, yay, you know, on the front of our cup. And then, my fingers must be sticky because everything's sticking to me. With our candy cane, we're gonna tip that just like so on the front of that one. And then we're gonna grab, of course, some wink, and we're gonna wink up our ice cubes because our ice cubes are sparkling, or maybe those are marshmallows actually. You know what? We're gonna call those marshmallows. But they're still white and they're still gonna have some shimmer and shine just like our whip over here. So I've got shiny little marshmallows. Yep, those are definitely marshmallows, not ice. Were you guys all yelling at me going, who in the world would put ice in their drink? Well, congratulations, Miss Kimberly, for promoting to silver. Welcome, welcome to the higher club, lady. Good for you. What an amazing job you've done. That's fantastic. Thanks for sharing that, Linda. Okay, so we are gonna now take and put, let's see here. You had me at peppermint. Now that block's awfully big, but we're just gonna go with it. I do need to clean some of these other ones off. Let's actually clean off our ice cube. I don't think I need that. Nope. I won't need that for the next one. And I'm done with the donut. Kind of stick some of those on there. Get those out of the way. Free up a couple of blocks. I'm done with pumpkin. There we go. All right. You had me at peppermint. Oops, I didn't put peppermint on there. So we need to grab, where's our peppermint? Oh, right there in front of me. It's already red stained from using it. Actually, I'm gonna put peppermint on this block. And I will do You Had Me At on that one. Okay, so now we are gonna take these and we're gonna pop these up. So let me grab my dimensionals here. And I've got just a few little pieces down here that I'm going to use. All right, so I'm going to put this one on first. And this one's going to go right up over here in this top area. And then this one if I can get the backing off of that, is going to go right like so. Right on there. And then we're going to get our cherry cobbler ink. And I'm going to stamp peppermint first to know my placement, because if I was to do this one, I may not leave enough room for my peppermint. So peppermint is going to get stamped first in cherry cobbler. Right like so. And then You Had Me At is going to be in black. You could do it in green if you want, but I like it in the black. You Had Me At Peppermint. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to actually grab another little piece of that ribbon. And we're going to take this and we're going to slide it underneath the other piece of ribbon that we have here. And we're just going to tie a bow. I love this ribbon. I wish we still had this. This ribbon is white with this beautiful silver. Okay, so there's that. You can turn that a little bit. Like so. There we go. Don't want to cover up our words too much. Okay. Let's actually grab, we have these super fantastic yes, when I thought it was a camera. What was it? Wasn't it a door or something? Yes, my stupid self thinking that the door was a camera. I know, thank God I have you guys around, because I would still be calling the stupid thing a camera until it made total sense that it wasn't a camera. What set was that? I don't know. That was some camping set. You're right. It's so funny that you remember that. All right, so let's grab our peppermints, because these are just the coolest things ever. And they so go with this fun little Christmas, well, okay, we're gonna put one there. And these come in 3 sizes. So you've got the large, the medium, and the small. So I'm gonna take a medium one, put right down here. And then I'll take a little small one, put right there. Aren't those the coolest little peppermint candies? Ugh. Now, warning, do not let kids play with these, because they might actually think that they're edible, because they're kind of like a hard foam. They're really nice because they're light. They're flat, so they mail really nice, but they are kind of like a foamy. And I mean, a kid could probably bite through those, so just don't let kids get around those. And then our inside, what do we want to put on the inside? Where did our stamps go? We could, whoops, let's move this donut. You had me at peppermint. Look, there's the cutest little things. It says you are the, and then you could put whatever, to my, like, you are the pumpkin to my spice. Isn't that cute? Grateful it's finally, you could do pumpkin season, you know, I mean, just so cute. This calls for like apple cider. Just the cutest little, I love when they do little punny things like that. I think I might just leave it alone. This is hot cocoa season. You had me at peppermint. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. Try to get too crazy here. I mean, if anything, you can stamp another cup on there, but I do have, you have me at peppermint, so I might do, it's finally hot cocoa season. Grateful it's hot cocoa season. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Why not? Just commit, lady, just commit. Okay, I should have stamped this prior, but you know what? Okay, grateful it's, move that. Let's not mess anything up here. Grateful it's finally peppermint. Where's my red? Peppermint season. And actually, I'm gonna do season in green. Why not? We'll do what we want. It's my card and I'll do what I want. And I'm gonna place that S right in between them two P's. That works perfect. And we've got our little, is this black? Yep. We've got our little candy cane here, so why not go for it? And where did our, oh look, fall has fallen onto my, where did fall come from? Well, I need that for my next card, but I don't know why it was fallen onto my, good thing I found that. I would have been looking all over for that, and I need it for my next card. Our little, there he is. Our little dude. Our ginger dude. We're gonna actually put him right up there. Yeah, super cute. Okay. Calling that gravy. And if you want to, you can color those little things. Let me take, I'm gonna do our cherry. Just like that. And we're gonna take the dark pecan. Pecan. Whenever I see this color, it always reminds me of my grandma. They liked, my grandma and my grandpa liked pecan pie. It was never my thing, but I think now that I'm older, I would probably love it. I just don't think anybody else in my family likes it, so I've never bought one. And I'm not gonna eat it by myself, so. All right, so there is our super cute little peppermint card. Isn't that adorable? So making sure we're hitting the Christmas season also with these. All right, and then our last one here, we're gonna go back to fall. Happy fall, y'all. Okay, now this one, I already did the hard work because this card has a lot of leaves. But Wait till you see this card because these leaves are amazing. So in this die, you have this one is the loneliest leaf. You have one leaf. I wish there were many because it took me a while to cut those. I mean, it didn't take very long, but I had to cut tons of leaves because I wanted them in different colors. So there's this one leaf, and I already did the work because God only knows, like I said, you guys would be here all night long if you were waiting for me to die cut all of those. So this one is a little bit of a longer process, but again, I took that out of it tonight. So we didn't have to sit here because who needs to see me cut a million leaves? Like, that's not fun. So I'm starting out with my Cajun Craze base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're gonna score it at 4 1/4. So is that pecan or is that pecan? Yeah, see, Kimberly says that she loves the pecan pie. Yeah, I'm happy that the peppermints carried over too. I was kind of afraid that they weren't going to because the set that it was with, like, retired. And so when these carried over, I think everybody was so happy to see them continue into this, you know, into the new catalog and stuff because they were quite a hit. Remember when they sold out of them and we were all kind of like freaked out thinking, oh my God, we're not going to get them back. But thank God they did. And they brought them back for a while. All right, so now I have a piece of this paper. Look how cool that backside is. Look how cool that looks with that. Ooh, I like it. But we're not going that route. We're going to flip this over. And this is the paper that I believe I used, yep, last week when our cards that I did last week for the leaves. This paper here is called the Gathering Together paper. And so we're going to be using this side that's kind of muted with the basic beige and white, but it also has some of that pretty gold foiling on that. So it is also a specialty paper. This layer here is 4 by 5 1/4. And I should not have put that piece down yet, but I did it anyways because I was supposed to put ribbon, but yeah, we'll do ribbon a different way. The next piece that we have here, this is 2 by 4 7/8. What I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to bring my scissors right in the center of this, and I'm only going to go up maybe, I don't know, let's get technical. I'm going up 1/4 inch. Then with my snips, I'm going to go from the corner up to that center point that I just cut. So this is how we flag without having a flag punch or die or whatever, if we're just doing it the easy way. So there's a flag. I'm going to go in again about 1/4 inch. And I by no means do this perfectly, but it's a homemade card. Perfection belongs nowhere around here. I've had to give up on being a perfectionist when it came to card making. I would drive myself banana. I would never get anything done. Okay, so I have come in here. So with this card, you're going to need, no, you're not going to need that. I don't even know why I have that sitting here. Did I not get my scraps? I'm slacking here, you guys. You're going to need a scrap of Cajun Craze, a scrap of where did it go? Oh, tell me I forgot it in the house. I probably did. That new what is it called? Earthen tone metallic paper. You're going to need that. A scrap of that. You're going to need a scrap of old olive. and pecan. Which you guys know what I'm telling you. So here, look, we'll have a scrap there. And then you need a scrap of that metallic, that earthen metallic. And I can't believe I forgot it in the house. I was cutting these in the house. So look, with these leaves, again, you have an inside and an outside. Look how pretty those are together, these colors. So we're gonna kind of do the same thing, but I think I want to put no, I'm not gonna do that because it should have went around the whole piece, but I messed up. So we're gonna just roll with it here. So this is going to get adhered right into the center of our card. Again, not measuring, just eyeballing this because that's how I roll. Okay. Now with these different leaves, we're just going to take these and we are going to just put pieces together. And if we want, now, as you guys can see, look, on my card, I didn't add these, but I thought how cool would it be to add some of those to there. So I don't know if I'm just going to leave those out and just add the outline to it, because that might just be kind of neat to just do the outlines rando around. So I don't know, we're going to play with that. That was something that I just decided that I was going to add. So let's go ahead and start adding these on here. So again, just putting different colors together. I need to actually, before I get there, look at me, I'm already going all crazy and stuff. I need to actually stamp my sentiment, because that's what we're going to tuck everything under, and without having that, I don't have a center. Yeah. So we need, I think I already have nothing better than, okay, nothing better than, we need fall. So let's get out another block, fall, except maybe you. So we need this one. All right, so let me grab my early espresso. So here's early espresso. So this little piece here, I believe this is 5/8, no, 7/8 of an inch. So it's not quite a 1-inch strip. So I'm going to stamp nothing's better than. I'm going to go towards the top of this paper, like so. And then I'm going to grab Cajun Craze. And now the word fall. Good thing we didn't lose this. Like I said, we needed this. Fall is going to go right in the center here. And then we need except maybe you. Again in early espresso. There we go. So see, these words are super fun that you can play off of each other and get different sentiments out of this to just make things really cutesy. And I love cutesy. All right, so now I'm gonna take this, and for this, I'm gonna pop one there. Oops, shoot, hold on. I needed to cut this down. I'm getting all over the place here. I just want to do my leaves. All right, so I'm gonna cut this about right there and about right. Now this card, some people would be like, nope, get away from me. That's just way too much work, but I think it is rewarding. Once you see the finished product, it's actually not as bad as you think it would be. You're probably, you know, some point in the day sitting down watching TV, And when you do, grab your, either your little mini, that's what I use in the house, is I use my mini, this guy. I have one of these in the house. I use that in the house and I just leave it in there. And I was sitting there watching my husband play Fortnite and I was just cutting these out. Okay, so I'm gonna start and I'm just gonna add that to the corner. Let's bring in this with pecan. So yeah, you might think, golly, that's kind of boring what you're doing, but it's really not that bad, honestly. Just grabbing different colors. This one I think I'm gonna grab, if I can pick it up, geez Louise. Let's grab this. I'm gonna put the green inside of that. So I'm just mixing and matching the different colors here. And I think I cut 6 of each because then that gives me the outlines and the insides, the innies and the outies. Get off of me. And then I like to take some and pop them up and put them on top of the other one in front of it, so they're kind of all just a little bit rando, so they're not just all overlaying on the one side. Okay, I'm gonna take these little guys and get them out of the way because we need to do these ones. And you'll tell if there's a back or a front to these because one's kind of a straight across look and then that's more rounded on the other side. Well, you know, the way I saw this one is I don't see very many leaves being used with this set. Like, I was on Pinterest and I was looking around at how people use this set and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? There's leaves in this. Let's go for a leaf kind of look. Because I felt like that one little leaf was just kind of being lonely. He needed to be used. So we're using him. And it just kind of takes this bundle kind of to just a whole different level, where it's not all about the coffee and it's not all about like the goodies and the whatnots, that you can have a really fun fall card here. So you're getting kind of all different looks out of one bundle. And you guys know how I kind of feel when I'm buying my sets. I like to have the versatility with it, because it kind of just makes your stamp set go that much further. And that's kind of what I'm about. Oops, that's not what I need. What did I need? Okay, so green, so I need this piece with this. And you don't have to keep it in a pattern like I am. It's just easier for me to remember which ones I'm using and which ones I'm not, if I kind of keep it in this pattern look. So it's been, I love it. I love this time of year because all the channels on TV have Halloween specials going on right now. So my daughter, I'll turn on like Disney Channel. And since we have the Disney Plus app, there is like a live option. And so she can watch the live Halloween like Disney shows. So there's like really cute ones that are on that are from like back in the day, like Halloween Town is on, which I love, because again, you guys have already heard the story about that one. That is up in Oregon, kind of where we were from. That takes place up in a little town up there. And then there's like Hocus Pocus they've been playing. So we've been watching Hocus Pocus, kind of just catching up on some of those fun, iconic. And then, of course, during the day, when she's over kind of watching her show, I turn on my stuff, which is then I watch the, I'm gonna go this route. What's it called? Think, brain, think. I watch all the like horror movies. Like they had Freddy on, they had Jason, Michael Myers. They were doing Halloween and all. So I'm over there just loving life, because as she's watching her show, I'm watching my stuff. And she could care less what I'm watching, and I could really care less what she's watching. But, you know, at least we're both watching kind of the season kind of shows. So I'm going to, oops, maybe I'm not going to stick that there. I'm just going to take that one and stick it right there. We're just going to add some of these little leaves to give just a little bit of shine, because you know how leaves kind of shimmer. I know they keep saying that that show Jigsaw, that they're supposed to be coming out with another one. So, and normally they always come out right around my birthday, and we always go. So it's right after Halloween. We'll go and we'll watch it, or sometimes it's like right on Halloween. So right around that time, that's always kind of like my birthday treat, is we go to the movies and we watch a scary movie. It's kind of nice having a fall, wintry kind of birthday time. So that is what I have come up with using all these little leaves. And look, you still have a couple of leftovers. So we just throw those leftovers up there and I will create something else with those at some point in time. And then we've got our inside. Then I'm going to take just a little 1/2-inch strip using that same brown paper to carry that to the inside. So we have nothing's better than fall except you. We can say, I wish there was, no, I don't. We could always say you are the apple to my cider. There's no really like leaves saying, like too bad it doesn't say something about like leaf. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. Maybe, you know what? We might take a couple of these extra little leaves since we have them. Let me find some insides here. Take that inside of there. Do I have any other colors? Well, we didn't use orange or pumpkin. Okay, let go. So shoot, I needed one more. So like we can just go like this. And then we're kind of just bringing some of that look to the inside of that card. And there is the inside. Just simple and sweet. And then you can add whatever you want to the inside of that card. So let me bring all these back in. With all my plethora of mess here. What does that Jack in the Box say? It's not fun if it doesn't get all over the place. Well, yep, that's this. So head on over to my online store, shopdannygarola.com, and add this beautiful stamp set and dies. These are called the More Than Autumn. Again, these are in our last chance products. You're going to get that die at a fabulous discount. Do not buy it as a bundle because you're going to save money if you buy them separately. So I'm not going to say bundle because I don't want you purchasing it as a bundle. I want you purchasing them separate. So the More Than Autumn stamp set and the More Than Autumn dies, purchase them separately. And you can order that and you're going to receive the gift with purchase, my purchase or gift with purchase kit here in the mail from me. And you can create these same fabulous cards. Now again, these are fun because you can make Christmas cards, you can make your fall cards. You could do so much with this little set because you've got all these fun little yummies here. If you know any kind of bakers, this might be great holiday cards for them. So do enjoy. As always, create, craft, and spread kindness, you guys, because we need a little bit of kindness in our world now. And you never know what somebody else is going through, and they might just need your kindness to give them the pick me up and to help them push on through their day. All right, you guys, have a fabulous week. Again, supply list for mystery stamping will be put up on the 8th. And me and the hubs, Mr. Andre, Mr. Pink Barn Stamper, will be live on Friday. We will be doing his cocktail and cards, where he likes to take paper pumpkins and put a whole new spin on using a couple of them together. He calls it his squash squash kits, because he likes to squash a couple of them together and make a mash. That's what he calls it, his paper pumpkin squash mash or something like that. He's trying to come up with a goofy name. Okay, yes, I will definitely go out and look at the moon. I'm sure it's probably up now. I just got to figure out which side of the house it's on. But I can definitely go out on the patio and look at that. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Love you all. Have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.